Chapter 4 on the Zephirum build. There is some suggestion, both on Reddit and also by means of when you hit new game, it gives you an option to skip to Chapter 5. That somewhere in Chapter 4, there's a crash. I don't know where in Chapter 4 there's a crash. I don't know if it's in the daily life or deadly life or in the trial. So we might get a crash very soon, like when we try to go into the ballroom. We might get a crash in the trial somewhere, or I might get no crash whatsoever and it's all a false alarm. We'll see. It would be like a hard crash you can't get around. Now, if I'm this far in, there's a question that needs to be answered when it regards to Danganronpa games. It's a big league question that I haven't really addressed yet in any sort of way. I presume it's like using save 13. And that is, who's the mastermind? I mean, that's kind of a big deal. Now, what in the world is going on here? Hold on, this is really weird to do right in the middle of a recording, but I'm going to unplug my mic and plug it back in again. Okay. Now I have to reduce my mic gain. Now my mic gain is where I expect it to be. I still don't know why it does that. Anyway, so that might have been very loud at the beginning. Okay. So I already went over this in previous recordings, but just to make sure everything's all in one place. I'm pretty sure I would not guess that Kisaragi Hanzo would be the mastermind, because I would presume that he is the one who does not age, which means that he is the one trapped in the cage. And he was being talked to by the mastermind through Monokuma inside the cage. So, yeah, there's just a different person from who the mastermind is. So whatever organization, I forgot the name of it already, whatever that big corporation that he runs, would be unlikely be this big organization behind the whole game, right? There's that whole distraction of whoever put this together. This killing game, we have to have a tremendous amount of power and resources. And they might suspect it's Kisaragi Hanzo, who did it because he would have the power and resources. But I can't see him being the mastermind just because he's the person in the cage. And you already know that I suspect that he is essentially the boyfriend of Mikako Kurukawa. And Mikako Kurukawa is not the boyfriend of the girlfriend of the mastermind, because Kisaragi Hanzo in himself is not the mastermind. And so all their suspicions of her, well, there is something going on with her, but it's not because she is in cahoots with the mastermind, it's helping them carry out the killing game. There's something else, probably even more important than that, going on with Mikako. So, who else could it be? Well, when I was first introduced, this is some lore here. When I was first introduced to Danganronpa, was by a group of people that made content about Bionicle. And one of these people, who, with a group of friends, made a Let's Play of Trigger Happy Havoc, which I watched. I didn't actually play Trigger Happy Havoc myself, is Tyler Anderson, who goes by the screen name Mesoneck. And or Meso for short. Now, what Meso said, it was probably in chapter 3 or so. I don't remember exactly which chapter, but it was relatively early in Trigger Happy Havoc. He said that he had this guess as to who the mastermind was. And he suspects there needs to be some sort of shock or awe at the revelation of who the mastermind was. Like, it's this person. We can only have, it's this person, if this person is a known person. You can't have that if you introduce the mastermind as a brand new character. And so he suspected that it was one of the characters that we previously saw die. Unlikely at just his suspicion at the beginning of the game. So that would be someone like Sayaka, Leon, or Junko. And because Junko's death was the odd one out, that's not how he phrased it, you said he had a feeling, he suspected it would be Junko. Now, this of course made no sense because we saw Junko die being impaled by a bunch of spears. So he had no idea how exactly that would work, but somehow, by some twisted way, it would turn out to be Junko. And it was, of course, if you know Trigger Happy Havoc, which I presume you do if you're watching this Let's Play, of course it turned out to be Junko, but how it happened was probably not how Meso was thinking. It was a character named Junko, but it was not the Junko that we were introduced to at the beginning of the game that died. But the name was, and a similar character design was reused. So we don't have, try to meso this up, okay? We don't have a character like that with an odd death out in Linju's project here. We don't have a Junko. However, Zephirum left behind a spoiler. And Zephyrum's spoiler, I've already seen. It's up on the screen right now. And there's no point in hiding it now. I've already seen it, right? There's some character called Ryutaro Maki. That's the spoiler. And this person would be a relative of Kyoka Maki, someone who died in Chapter 1. Now you might go, well, maybe this person's the mastermind. And nah, because they're introducing a new character. And there's a suggestion, I don't know what L1H1 means. But potentially, because he has a thumbnail and a save file, you actually play as this character. And it seems extremely unlikely to me that you would ever play as the mastermind. But there is some unknown character to be introduced later whose time has not yet come, who's a relative of Maki. Similar to how Junko had a relative that was also involved in the game, although that relative was not revealed later, out of nowhere. That relative was killed early. Maki would similarly have a relative that we know about, and Maki would be the mastermind. Sort of vague, not very well, like, it's not a very linear logical conclusion, right? It's kind of like this vague feeling of things and kind of inducing based on like this vague ideas, but the most likely, it seems, to be the mastermind would be at least someone named Kyoka Maki. I say named because I would be pretty sure that the body that was hit in the head and hung in the girl's bathroom was actually dead. I forget if Linju went out of his way to write that our main character Yuki actually checked her pulse. I know Trigger Happy Havoc, it's a very clear and obvious labored specific thing they wrote in there that Makoto specifically checked Junko's pulse. And I noticed that when I first watched other people play Trigger Happy Havoc. I was like, oh, that's gonna matter. But I can't remember if that happened here or not. It could be that the Maki we knew most of the time actually was his mastermind and is still alive. It's just there was a body swap or something, right? That happened in the first case. There's obviously a lot more to the first case than we know of. But, so, how much we've interacted with this Maki, I don't know, but the person who's the name that is most likely to belong to the mastermind so far, based on patterns that I know of at the moment, is Kyoka Maki. Now, that's not like, I know it, I know who the mastermind is. It is Kyoka Maki, because this is very vague. This is just my best guess at the moment. It's not like, the confidence level is very, very low here on this guess. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, see how far we can go in to the Zephirum build here on Chapter 4. If this is the right save file. Maybe Ray outside? No, we don't. I forget. Okay, yeah, this is Chapter 4. Okay. Hello. Maeda-kun, you here? You are here? Or you showed up? Hello, Yuki. In the dining room, Taira and Iranami were having breakfast. There is a look of beauty in the room. Zephirum, I don't remember exactly what this line was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. And I know I used Google Translate, and Google Translate is not very reliable. But I think whatever it said was more plausible to be the correct translation than that. But soon I realized a strange fact. Is this everyone? Is this everyone? What do you mean? It's almost time for breakfast. Are there only 3 of us? Looks like it. Yuki came late and I was having a date with Akane alone. Well, I mentioned it before. Everyone seems to be resting today. I'm not asking because it's obvious. At first, I've seen the dining room with more than 10 people. Maeda-kun. I couldn't figure out even why I said what I've just told them. When I realized it, I was already screaming and I was regretting it. Sorry for screaming at you. I don't mind. More than that, sit down. Come on, let's have a meal. I didn't know myself why I screamed suddenly. It was like my chest was throbbing. I felt unbearable anxiety and I was getting sick of it. Originally, there should be Kurukawa, Haru, and Teruya in this place, but excluding them, there would be only 6 people. Of course, there is also Kinjo and Mikaru who are acting alone. However, even considering that, it's 8 people. The numbers have been reduced to a single digit, and it put pressure even more on me than expected, and I couldn't stand it because I was anxious. Hey, I'm really sorry I wasn't angry at you guys. It's okay because we understand it. We too... Taira couldn't talk any further. Taira quickly understood what I was saying. It's not just me, everyone understands. The fact that there's only 8 people left. Is it because there are only 3 of us here, or because of the anxious and awkward mood? Afterwards, there was no more talk. Other than the sound of the dishes in the dining room, we were silent. It's very quiet. Oh, maybe because there's 3 of us not here. Is that the case? There's also 3 of you there, but there's also 3 not there, so this makes sense either way. Actually, there are 5 people, Kinjo and Mikaru. Is that so? I guess you're right. Again, stillness. Even Taira and Iranami, who are the ones who bring the brightest mood among us, are here, but I'm the only one who listens to them, no matter how much they try to make the mood more noisy. The number of people is just not enough. I also tried to say something, but I couldn't think of anything to say, and I wasn't feeling motivated. Since yesterday, it seemed that our situation was only getting worse and worse. Staying like this is something I hate. There's no co-buzzing to take my jokes. Would it be better to forcefully call them? Kinjo? What? Nothing, I just wondered what's wrong. What's going on? Is that I came here to eat. Kinjo said that I went to start eating silently. It may be tiring, but it looks like something seems wrong. Hey, Kinjo. What? What Yuhara did. I mean, I don't want to put the name of a serial killer's... I don't want to put the name of a serial killer's name in my mouth, whatever that means. So that's what you think. After hearing what Yuhara told him yesterday, I wondered if his thoughts changed a little. If you have nothing else to say, then eat quietly. You need to include the your rice in the translation. Even though Kinjo came in, the mood did not change. No, rather, an even more awkward atmosphere was forming, even harder. It's like representing us being driven to the edge of a cliff. Thank you for the food. I guess he's like, it's like the ghost. I forgot the phrase. Something so summer. Anyway, are you already done? Yes, I don't have that much appetite right now. Hey, Kinjo-kun. Taira. This. Dessert, would you like to eat some? This is nice when you don't feel good. I could make you some. What's the catch? Do you even realize your position? You attempted murder. You are an actual criminal with having a record of stabbing people. Do you think my thoughts changed because you couldn't even talk for a few days? I told you. You're not off the hook. Now you're trying to be close with me. To me, you disgust me. Kinjo, you're talking too much. I still treat you as a preliminary criminal, and I've decided to pay attention to whether you're going to become a killer or not, but it's better to keep away from you. This is a place where you don't know when your life will when your life will perish. When you will perish. In such a situation, if you are with such an ex-criminal, the day will come sooner or later when you will face the knife on the back of your head. I'm sorry, I don't know. I know I have committed a crime, but even so, I have a duty to live. Ayame-chan exchanged my life for hers. I can't just die in vain. Then go ahead and survive on your own. I don't have anything to say to a criminal who keeps talking to me as thinking we could be close friends. I'm doing this in order to survive together and escape, to avoid more victims. I'm going to do the same for everyone here, so that everyone can see the real me and be motivated again. Even if one person is suffering, we will not be able to escape together. We have to cheer up everyone as much as possible and be able to get out from here. To be able to get out from here. That's my duty for Yame-chan's sacrifice. Taira is too strong after all. Unlike me, who tried to escape from reality by excusing for my lack of will with excuses such as a decrease in the number of people and not feeling motivated. She was trying to move forward by doing what she could. If that's the case, don't show your face to me ever again. I feel motivated enough when I don't see you. No, I'll do whatever I can, Kinjo-kun, and tell everyone, until you forgive me for what I did. Whether or not that happens. Or that may or may not happen is probably what that should be. I think you already know, but I'll let you know this just in case. The 4th floor of the school is already open. If you want to get out of this horrendous place, then make some effort in your research. Taira, would it be better to not get involved with Kinjo? He's the kind of person that treats innocents as criminals. I don't believe that at all. I believe Kinjo will recognize our hearts someday. So what does Maedakun mean by that? If you were the Maedakun I know, you would rather try to get closer to Kinjo. Oh. When I heard that, I was surprised of myself. Taira was right. That would be the right attitude to get out of here. Was this because there's a side of me that hesitates about staying with Kinjo and everyone in my heart? My selfish side wanting to give up in despair because I can't see any hope? Hey, Kinjo said that the 4th floor was open, right? How about we investigate from there first? Oh, yes, okay. But what about the others who are resting in the rooms right now? Wouldn't it be the time we do the investigation first and then again tomorrow? Whatever that means. Okay then, let's do our own investigation and see each other at the dining room after a bit. Well, I'll make a report on the investigation. Today, Maedakun seems somewhat weird. Weird? I don't know yet, but it doesn't feel like Maeda at all. At Taira's words, I couldn't answer anything. Our number at the beginning was 15, and it decreased to 8 in the blink of an eye. The secret stairway. I thought it was a clue to escape from here, but in the end, it was useless. But I didn't have the courage to even kill to get out of here. And somehow I don't think we'll find a different clue, even if the new 4th floor is open. The moment all hope was gone, I could no longer treat the others as usual. Tyra is working hard like this, but a guy like me makes things hard like that. What? Cannot work hard like that. Is probably what it should be. I only just went and said it would be better not to get involved with Kinjo. Damn it. Even if I understood it from my head, my heart didn't follow. In my head, sir, my heart didn't follow. Only constant anxiety remained in my soul. I tried desperately to ignore this and decided to devote myself to investigating the 4th floor. To Gerund, Zephirum. Mannequin, isn't this floor a little weird? Weird. I looked around for a while, and besides the classrooms, the bathrooms, and the school's office, the teacher's office, you mean, there seems to be the director's office, a ballroom hall, and a teacher's office, but the classrooms and the teacher's offices are all locked in the back. Are you sure the teacher's offices weren't? You mean the director's office? That's true. There are a few times when a new place that was locked opened up until now, even in the newly opened place, but this is the first time that most of the floor has been locked up like this. That's why it all makes sense to look into and investigate together. I haven't been to the school's office yet. About a clue to escape. You haven't found anything else, have you? Maeda-kun? There was nothing on the second and third floors, where there were so many classrooms. Even most of the classrooms are locked here. It's obvious that there isn't any hope. Is there? Maeda-kun, why are you saying that? Maeda-kun, you heard this before. It will be difficult, but let's try harder. We might find something. That's what you would say. I was just saying my thoughts. Or my those, that is. Of course, we have to work harder. Maeda-kun, are you sure you feel well? Wouldn't it be better for you to rest in your room? Today, Maeda-kun has been so strange. As Tyra said that, she was looking at me dreadfully. Am I strange? Rather, this situation where all hope is not seen. Is it not strange? It's not like that. I'm going to continue investigating. I don't know why I'm going to go in these. I don't know what's the point in this context. Information processing room. I did go in the bathrooms here on the original build. And this is also locked, right? Is this the director? What's the sign say? Ballroom. Oh, that's the ballroom. Oh, the ballroom is in the middle. Okay, wait a second, Linju. You don't have enough space in this loop to fit everything you fit in the ballroom. But continuing. Oh, Kinjo, you're investigating here. Kinjo? What's going on? Somehow it looks like you don't seem to be in a good mood today. That mood is the same as you feel, don't you, Maeda? Yeah. Kinjo is right. Since the class trial ended yesterday, my mood has been running at its worst. With no hope, there is a horrible feeling. Well, there's nothing we can do. It happened yesterday. Who could be in the mood for this? Well, we're probably supposed to be with what happened yesterday. I think the reasons why we're not feeling good between me and Kinjo are different. At least you didn't mind Yuhara being executed in despair after being tricked by Monokuma, right? Now I'm a completely known character, am I? Kinjo? Yeah, it's just as you said. For no matter the reason, there's no room for sympathy to a killer. At the end of the day, it must be this way. Hey, Maeda. Am I wrong? Huh? Since before I even came to the school, I lived with the belief that my thoughts were moving toward the future. I made many unfair and painful choices in order to protect everyone. However, was I wrong? According to Kinji Yuhara, he was doing the same thing as me. Why are you suddenly Kinji? I was surprised for a moment by the sudden change in Kinjo's mind, but sooner or later the reason I can understand why Kinjo wasn't feeling well. Strange, Kinjo. My logic shouldn't be any different from yours at all. But you're heated up. Discard prime numbers for the majority. Did you stop and think for a second that might be, not what Kinji said? If you don't remember, it's, discard the minority for the majority. Isn't that what you said? I sacrificed 15 of our lives here and prioritized the lives of nearly 100 children in the church. Of course, that doesn't mean it's acceptable to commit a murder, but Kinjo, you too, exposed Mikaru, Tomori, and me in danger when you were saying the same thing as well. Would it be necessary to reconsider your thoughts at least once, Kinjo? I've been trying to change things, turn them around, even childish things, but in the end, 7 people have already left this world. I couldn't protect anyone. Eventually, it also means I did nothing to prevent it. I became a murderer too, Kinjo. Why am I talking about this to you who might become a criminal? Unexpectedly, I thought I should say something to Kinjo, who showed weakness for the first time, but my mouth didn't move. I tried to say something. What should I say? You don't have to feel responsible alone. Let's all work hard together. It's not too late anymore, so let's stop doubting each other and investigate together. The words were already organized in my head, and my mouth would not obey. Everyone worked hard together, so what's the issue? There's already no hope, so how do we even work together? With such despairing thoughts all ahead wandering, Kinjo in front of me. In the end, I couldn't say anything. I just lowered my head. Fine, let's forget about this. I'll just solidify my own convictions like always. Maeda, you are not sure either, aren't you? Everyone doesn't know when a murder will happen. There's no exception for it. If you want to be hostile with the others like me, do it. I'll probably be hostile. I'm not sure how to treat you yet. It's better that you draw a line. I should have said something. What the hell is wrong with me? Is there something here? On a desk in the teacher's office, I found a picture stuck in a file. When I opened it, I see that the picture was... Who? What was in the picture with a well-dressed, tall, handsome man? But I couldn't even guess who he was. Why wouldn't you even have a guess, sir? I think I've seen him before, but who is that? This is all belabored and drawn out. Kinjo, wait a minute. Come over here for a second. What, did you find something? This, do you know who he is? This guy. Where did you find this? Oh, we're just sandwiched between the files here. There was a picture of someone, but who is it? I don't know who he is, but there's someone who looks alike. Looks alike? You and I were in the science lab together, right? Hope Speak Academy 58th graduation album. Ah! Somehow I felt I saw him somewhere, but after listening to Kinjo's words, I knew it for sure. A few days ago, when the 3rd floor was opened, the owner of the graduation album I found in the science lab, Kisaragi Hanzo, and the man in the picture had very similar appearances. Kisaragi Hanzo, is that him? No, although they look similar, they are different. In the first place, Kisaragi Hanzo would have already been an uncle by now, but the picture could be ancient. He doesn't age, though. Isn't this a picture when he was young? Again, that's not likely to be the case. The picture is too clean for a picture from a few decades ago. In this case, what you can think of is, I would believe it's a blood relative. Oh, definitely. Again, another thing related to Kisaragi Hanzo was discovered. There's something. I find it odd about him too. But as of now, I don't know what this means. But why? The person in the picture, it doesn't look like the first person I saw. Kinjo? It's nothing. Well done, though, Maeda. You seem to be talented in discovering things, too, don't you? Well, anyway, I'll have to show this to the others and ask for opinions. Maeda, hold it. Yeah? What? Why? Please be quiet to the others about that picture. And this picture, can I have it for a bit? I found some information that may have something, but you're telling me to just stay still? I'm sorry, but please do that. No one else must not know about this. Which means everyone must know about this, which is not correct. Especially Mikako Kurukawa. Kurukawa again. You suspect Kurukawa too, Kinjo? A few days ago, when she told us to report the investigation on the 3rd floor, I was in Maeda mentioned the name of Kisaragi Hanzo. That woman clearly reacted to that. It's Kisaragi Hanzo who may be holding the key to the current situation. However, don't you find it suspicious that only she reacted alone? If she was working with the mastermind or something, though, that she wouldn't react because she would not be surprised to hear that name. You're not making any sense, Kinjo. I apologize, but please cooperate. I hope we can all escape together. But I don't want to be with someone who might have something to do with the mastermind. I'll keep the picture. Eventually, because of Kinjo's momentum, I couldn't refute anything and even gave him the picture. Karu and everyone are suspicious of Kurukawa now. How should I act? Funny, we haven't actually talked to Makaru yet. What is it, Maeda? About that is. Oh, wait a second. Maybe that was earlier. I don't know. I don't remember the sequence. Just to make sure, did you forget what I said? No, that's secondary. What I'm going to do is investigate. Kinjo tell me if you find anything. While rummaging through the desks. Yeah, if it's an investigation, I'll understand. Anyway, you can get out of this horrible place. Our trust can be restored once again. So, have you found anything yet? You've been staring at the wall for a while now. It's something odd. Like, it's so weird. Maybe this is... What's weird? Is this the normal school office? No, it has too much dust, is what I was going to say. Actually, when the 2nd floor was opened a few days ago, didn't Kicho say the same thing about the library? Also, in that library, what was weird about it? I'd rather tell you to look into it, but I'll let you know because there's no reason to hide it. Look at all the papers here. As Kinjo said, he began to search through the files and papers on the desks that a teacher seemed to be using. There were A4 paper-sized documents and a few thick books on the desk. Look at what's in here. How to establish the theory of smartphone electrical recognition. Well, that's a bunch of nonsense. Electromagnetic railgun operation verification patent certificate. 21 considerations on elementary particles. Introduction to advanced physics. Opinion report on humanoid AI. Problems based on magnetic field and thermal recognition systems. Bunch of nonsense stuff. I felt strange. Why? All the books that are here bloom of strange and suspicious things in some parts. How do you realize? That's weird. Does the school have books like these? It's like this is more of a lab than a school. But I never found that weird. I always thought of Hope Street Academy as more of a lab than a school. Right? That's right. I don't know if it's, what if it's a university, right? I don't know if it's just one or two places. In the library as well as the school office, all of the books are like this. The library has these too. But do you hate reading? If you read the books in the library, you would know this. I'm amazed you can even read these books. If that's the case, what in the world happened? I don't know. Why did Hope Street Academy dispose of all the general books, or is it not an actual school? No way, this is Hope Street Academy, which proved to be a brochure brought by Makaru. Which it has been proved to be by the brochure brought by Makaru on the first day, didn't it? That's true. However, there wouldn't be a question like this for no reason. There must be something else. This is what I've investigated so far. I'm going to do a little more research on the 4th floor. Although the only open place in this school is the school office. I understand. Kinjo, is it okay to share these facts with the others? No, don't let them know. Okay, I was confused because I didn't know what to do with this info. Kinjo immediately refused at that moment. No matter how pressured Kinjo is, he wouldn't be reluctant to he would be reluctant to convey information through me. It's because some of you are being suspicious. Mikako Kurukawa, this woman, is the main suspect. I really hope you don't leak information to this woman as much as possible. Why? What did Kurukawa do? What did she do? She did too much. Anyway, just know that. Kinjo? We are done, right? And I feel like I want to investigate for myself now. Please don't talk anymore. I have something to think about. As Kinjo said that, he silently began to investigate alone. Somehow, after Yuhara's class trial, I feel like things have started to change. So does Kinjo, and so do I. You. Hey, Mikari, you came to investigate too. Incompetent. Talk to me for a second. You mean me? Mikari was calling me for the first time. Will the sun rise from the west tomorrow? Normally, she would just ignore me or tell me to leave her alone. Let's hear your opinion for a minute then. Doesn't matter. Also, why all of a sudden are you asking for my opinion? What kind of change is this? You normally tell me to leave you alone. Fine, leave then. Now, I didn't mean it like that. I was just wondering what's going on. Well, she was going to tell you it. I hate the beginning of that conversation. It's like, okay, what is it then, Ray? That's what you said. I'm listening. Now you don't say, why are you asking me? Man, you usually ignore me. Don't you say, oh, okay. What's the issue? Of course, it was a process of elimination. I can't talk to crazy cops. The rest are just stupid and fools. That means I don't look like a fool to you? And before you misunderstand something here, you are, of course, an idiot. Incompetent. If you weren't Mikaru, you wouldn't be able to say stuff like this to people's faces. Oh well. You know, I'm gonna tell you that your image has gotten a little bit better lately, especially after yesterday's class trial, though there was no meaningful praise from the psycho cop or mine. Huh? I'm not sure if I want to be praised. Why? Are you dissatisfied? No, of course I'm happy, just a little surprised is all. What kind of heinous villain do you see me as? Did you know my talent? I am a super high school level professor. I mean, it's what a professor does. I'll admit that you did commendable work. Honestly, until this moment, I was considering her to be a heartless villain. I'll have to apologize for that in my heart. Do not be mistaken. If I give you a grade, I'll only give you a D. Where you only have received an F. From my standards, that is. Yesterday you were relatively okay. Honestly, the worst thing to say is that you believed in my testimony to the end, didn't you? Can't wait to see who's going to be the world's best student in Mikaru's standards. Well, Mikaru herself, obviously. Although I could pull that off. What was the reason for calling me anyway? Mikaru is seeking for, my opinion now. Usually you use your own judgment, right? True. You know me well. Even so, I'm asking now because there is a hypothesis that is so absurd that even I cannot believe it. That is the reason I want to hear someone's opinion on this matter. Mikaru suddenly became serious. It's a hypothesis that even Mikaru can't believe. What in the world is it? You see, incompetent. Once you listen to my words, you will understand what I mean. In the class trial yesterday, the last statement that was made by Kinji Yuhara, remember, children's lives were taken as a bargain, and he was forced to murder to save them. Yes, I recall. But the children at the church ended up. Indeed, Kinji Yuhara was played with Monokuma's tricks. All of the children had already been turned into corpses. If you look up at this point, you may think that the children were dead from the time they threatened Kinji Yuhara already. The priest said he had spoken with them, though, himself. If that's the case, at least 2 weeks before we opened our eyes in the school, that is, when Kinji Yuhara was threatened, it would make sense that the children were alive. By that time, correct? Did you understand up to this point? What's wrong if you didn't understand this much? Oh no, I do. I did understand. It's just that Mikaru really looks like a professor, so when you said, do you understand, I felt like a skepticism. You know I just won't tell you. What? Sorry, I was wrong, so please let me keep listening. I'm curious. This is why I don't like talking to you. Someone that keeps changing the subject. Like you. I hate that the most. Anyways, The kids would have been alive until about 2 weeks ago. That seems correct because Yuhara seemed to recognize them. But there's an issue here. You must have seen it, right? The video was had white bones of the children's bodies. Yeah, it was horrible, so I immediately turned away, but it's definitely strange. They were alive by the time Kiji Yuhara was threatened. Humans who existed for only 2 weeks or so. They're revealed as bones, and the bodies were already way corrupted to even think it was recent. Too corrupted to think it was that recent, huh? Considering that your stupid head doesn't understand, it takes a considerable amount of time to make a body decay, and that only the bones remain. Of course, there would be exceptions depending on the weather, climate, topography, and microbial conditions, but I can affirm this. It doesn't make sense for a body to decay in 2 weeks and turn to a skeleton. But then, it's a contradiction? Yuhara wouldn't have lied about this. There's also the chance that the tape was recorded with various audio files in advance, and play them according to the situation, but I can't figure out what that priest said, so this is a speculation in the end. To be more certain, even if we assume that the children died when we received the notice of admission to Hope's Academy, it's impossible to be only with bones. I understand it. At least it took a long time, but it was only a few weeks ago that we came to the Hope's Academy. Was it a video of other bodies? No, Yuhara directly recognized the children, right? What the hell happened to those kids? Yes, I thought about that as well, and then a ridiculous assumption came out. That's why I tried to get your opinion in this. What was the assumption? Maybe we have spent a long time in the Hope's Peak Academy. But Kinjo would have had to been threatened a long time ago as well. Like, the plan would have had to have started a long time ago. And this kind of feeds into the idea that maybe the plan was implemented before they even showed up, unlike True Happy Havoc, which may mean that some of the conditions that were present, like Mikako's speech impediment, were already maybe the work of the mastermind, even though those showed up before the time skip seemed to happen. But anyway, I'm sorry, but I'm not sure I'm following. Or Yuhara could have gotten woken up in the middle, so to speak. Now, I understand where you're coming from, but I really have no idea. No, it's fine. Actually, I don't understand this myself either. Actually, there is no more reason for this assumption. A few days ago, there is one more reason for this assumption. A few days ago, when the third floor just opened, you said you found a picture in the art room. That picture. That picture was a group photo of our classmates who didn't even remember taking it. In that picture, we were smiling brightly enough. To make this murder school life feel like a lie. If that picture is real, we may have spent a considerable amount of time already enrolled and we just don't remember it. However, although this is evidence, this would have to be before Yuhara was threatened, but I guess it's another reason for a time skip. No way, aren't you thinking too much ahead just by looking at bones and corpses? That's not the only thing. I have one more, the paper in the library. I don't know if you saw it, but it was written like this. Hosting Academy will be shut down. You mean that one? That's right. Isn't it weird? Just a few weeks ago we came to the entrance ceremony. We didn't even hear about the school was going to shut down. Even the entrance ceremony placard was hung on the school gate. This too. If we can't remember the time we spent at the school, it must be because of this. No way, it can't be. Why can't we remember such an important thing in the first place? Not even one person, but all of us. There is a possibility, one. Monokuma, the mastermind, erased our memories. Wouldn't that make sense? All of us, our memories were removed by the mastermind? I know it's ridiculous, that's why I'm asking for your opinion. When you think about it like that, it seems to be connected somehow. I'm not sure yet, and I think it's excessive overthinking. That notice could be forged by Monokuma, and it's not impossible to create photos with technology these days. In the case of the bodies, it may have been manipulated to speed up the corruption, which means it's far-fetched to the last bit. The probability that my hypothesis is really the truth is endlessly low. Still, I feel a little reorganized after talking about it with someone else, even if they are incompetent. It may be helpful. It may have helped you, right? Yes, I'll take that as a compliment. Withhold this ridiculous hypothesis. Apart from that, there's one more thing I want to ask. I think this is the longest time I've been talking to Mikaru, and the entire time we've been Come on, Yuki! Shut up. Mikako Kurukawa. You got that exorcist woman. How is she normally? What kind of person is she? Kurukawa? Well, I don't think we've spoken that often, or talked much about anything either, or talked much either. She just speaks less. A lot of times she's just dazed. Nothing in particular to notice, I guess. Assuming that there is a mastermind among us, that woman is the most likely candidate. You are a fool, Ray. What? Kurukawa is the mastermind? Before that, do you really think that there is a mastermind among our group? I think it's very likely. That's because it mixes within us. It makes the board move as they like. They mix within us and make the board move as they like. But the mastermind appears in front of us to Monokuma, right? Even if it's a doll or a machine that can be controlled, Monokuma always appears, even when we are all gathered. That's enough. It can be manipulated so that it can be detected, or it can be an AI. But that's not what's important. But that Mikako Kurokawa may have some kind of relationship with the mastermind. Why would Kurokawa? When Monokuma stopped yesterday, there's not one but two suspicious things. I don't think it's like the hypothesis I mentioned earlier. This is a firm doubt. But I can't be very helpful with information. Maybe you can, incompetent. Now it's over. I've been talking for too long with you. It's making me feel dizzy. You gave me very confusing information, and now it's done. I don't think I can sleep now, because of the things you told me, Mikaru. Think hard, alone. Now my business is over with you. Can you do this again in 10 billion years? That's too long. The universe will start again at that point. More than that, the investigation on the 4th floor, Mikaru. We're done. Don't talk to me. Our business is over. I'll call you again next time we have a case. This is why I can't tell if we're having a discussion or a one-time deal. Still, the stories Mikaru told me in detail. Those are things I'll need to think about later. It seems I've looked around all the newly opened places. I decided to return to the dormitories. Or my dormitory. Kabashikawa, what are you doing? Maeda, you gave me a scare. You said you would sleep more today. Are you okay now? Yeah, right about that. Otori also woke up. I'm trying to eat breakfast right now. Is that right? While you guys were sleeping, we've been looking into the newly opened 4th floor. After you're done, you guys also need to join in the investigation. The 4th floor? Okay, let's go. Shortly after we entered the dining hall, Taira and Iranami returned from their investigation. Now then, let's talk about what we discovered on the 4th floor. Since there's neither Kinjo nor Kurukawa, which were originally the roles that conducted the gatherings, I unintentionally took over. Something feels very awkward. Taira is staring at me with an angry look. Sorry about that. Originally, we should have investigated together. Oh right, we didn't have much to investigate together anyways. Is that so? Yeah, the 4th floor is quite large, and there are many classrooms, but there were the normal classrooms, the teacher's office, information processing room, and also the office of the academy's director, and the ballroom. One thing to note is that, among them, except for the general classrooms and the school's office, or the teacher's office, everything else was locked. What, did you find something in the normal classrooms in the school's office? Nope, nothing at all. No, well, to begin, me and Satsuki-chan checked the windows as always, but it was the same. The iron plates didn't even budge. Classroom's harvest is 0 as usual. How about the school's office? Well, I don't know about the school's office. I couldn't get in properly because Kinjo was investigating inside. Yeah, that's why me and Akane just searched for anything in the hallway. Of course, I couldn't find anything in the hallway either. There's no need to additionally confirm it with such enthusiasm. So the school's office seemed to have been carefully investigated by Maeda-kun. So why don't you tell us what you found? You found something, Maeda-kun? What is it? You two have a strange behavior going on. Did you fight? No, that's not the case. So Maeda, what is it like, the school's office? About the school's office. I tried to open my mouth as usual, but as soon as I paused. If you found it, then you already know. It's not a big deal, but during the conversation with Kinjo, the book's weirdness and suspicion of the school's facilities, and crucially a picture of someone who resembles Hanzo Kisaragi. Yuki? But I was told by Kinjo not to tell the other friends about these things. Well, to be exact, I was told not to tell Kurokawa, but there's no Kurokawa now. Should I tell them? And then it, like, forces you to not. I'm trying to hide what I've investigated. Talking about it, wouldn't it be better? I thought about, but contrary to my thoughts, my mouth is closed tightly. Why? Strangely, I caught in my mind saying that there may be a mastermind among us. Various hypotheses. It's not easy. It's unlikely to be possible to say this. And it, like, repeats endlessly. For the writing where it's like, we know you know, player, what the right decision is. And we are going to force you to pick the wrong decision. Because we are going to simulate that feeling of what I will to do, that I do not do. And what I will not to do, that I do. I want you to feel this. In the end, it's not a clue to escape. If I told something like this, it will only create confusion. I secretly comforted myself and decided to shut my thoughts. Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't find anything special either. So does that mean that the investigation on the 4th floor showed no results? Lies. Eh? You didn't really find anything? You talked so much with Kinjo, didn't you? You saw? Maeda, what is she talking about? What did you talk about with Kinjo? It's not just that. You spoke with Makaru a long time in the hallway, right? Something you seemed very surprised about. Why aren't you talking about that? That's... Mannequin, what's wrong with you today? Don't you want to get out of here? Of course I want to get out of here. I don't want to be in this terrible place ever again. I know, but I can't even see it as a clue to escape from here. So how can we get out of here if I told them this? Hey, why are you so aggressive? Calm down and let's get along as usual. It's not just about Maeda-kun, Aru-kun, Teruya-kun. The same goes for both of you. You broke our promise to have breakfast together, and you slept more on your own, at your own will. No, just suddenly more sleepy, that's all. Yeah, I know that yesterday's nightmare is the impact of a hopeless class trial. But if you just sit down, you'll be able to get out of the school for the rest of your life. I want to investigate hard, but I'm just trash because my talent is not helpful. I'm not that smart nor strong, but you guys are different. You guys can achieve more, where I can't, right? So even if you can't see any hope, why don't you work hard enough to overcome it? That doesn't work. How do you even do that? Maeda-kun, what are you saying? No matter what we do, Monokuma always blocks everything we do. Even the single thread of hope that we barely discovered did not leave Monokuma. Monokuma did not leave alone. That guy really intends to keep us here forever. Do you think we can seriously run away from such a ridiculous being? Huh? Even murder, the only one thing that can get out of here, according to the rules. And yet, look at Yuhara's case. There's a twisted trap like that. How do you overcome despair? Why am I saying this? I wasn't trying to say all of this. Maeda-kun, why? What are you? Indeed, because the despair is so big, or the despair is so great. Will we get out of here? It's better if we do it together. I'm so desperate right now. Why is there a question mark? What does it mean to try hard? It's useless if you try hard. It's stupid to live here all my life. There are places for us to go back, people waiting to see us, right? I would rather live here for a lifetime. It might not be bad. I can forget about a place to go back to, or the people waiting outside. Maeda? You. At that moment, Tyra raised her hand, so I thought she would slap me. But the pain that I expected did not come after a while. When I opened my eyes, Tyra was trembling with her hand that was trying to hit me, stopped in midair. Only from Maeda-kun. I didn't want to hear that from Maeda-kun. Even if everyone despairs, I thought Maeda-kun wouldn't give up hope. Now I don't know what you're like anymore. No one could say anything else. I couldn't afford to care about the others. The only thing that hangs over my mind was Tyra's yelling. Disappointment in me. I was trash. Me talking weird was enough to make her angry. Even when we get to this point, I regret what I said and I couldn't say it. It was proof that I was just garbage. Hey, Maeda, don't be too discouraged. I think the same as you do. Yeah, the same goes for me. I've been desperate since yesterday, so I know that feeling. That I want to give up on all of it now. Stupid guys. What? You guys are all stupid. You're the fools of the entire world. Yuki, just know this. Hope isn't about finding it, it's about creating it. Nah. In the end, ambiguously, our relationship was further cracked, and the worst investigation report ended. I didn't even know if I had a mind or not anymore, and I had no choice but to spend my time blankly. Morning. Afternoon. Hello, this is a school announcement. It is now nighttime. The rest, okay, blah, 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 nighttime announcement. Blah, blah, morning announcement. Morning, it's morning. So in the end, yesterday I was lying down doing nothing all day. Strangely, my body had no power at all. Doing nothing and doing what I have to do once again, I looked back. Hope isn't to be looked for, it's to be created. Did I have the ability to create hope this whole time? Before that, I should go and have breakfast. If I keep doing this, I think I'll become a really worthless human. Morning. By the way, it took 4 hours to get to the daily life and deadly life of Chapter 4 the first time. No, 4 hours per video. It's like 8 hours long. 8 hours. So it's really long. We'll see. Breakfast time as usual. I've been sick all day yesterday. Even Kurukawa, who didn't show up, attended, but the atmosphere was the worst that I could ever imagine. Among them, the one I care about is Tyra. I didn't even know what to say to Tyra, but I couldn't even think of anything. I didn't want to hear that kind of thing from Maeda-kun. I thought that even if everyone despaired, Maeda-kun wouldn't give up hope. Tyra, did she believe in me so much? But I am just a very ordinary high school student, unlike everyone else. I am not as great as Tyra thinks I am. How can I overcome despair in this situation? Thank you very much for the meal. I'll go investigate now. I need to look that phrase up. Of course, this was written by Koreans, not Japanese, but I've seen throughout this game that they're trying to, like, imitate things that Japanese people would say. Right? It's trying... Minjo is trying to be Japanese. So... it might be something like, Gochiso-sama deshita. Like, he's trying to write something like that, like a Japanese person would say. Tyra! Maeda. Yes? Yesterday, what happened? Everyone is acting strange. It's no big deal. No big deal, idiot! Since the guys have no remedy for this, Akane and I will try harder than these fools. Adios. Don't spit on ya. You did do something. Maeda didn't do anything wrong. It's the situation itself. There are things the situation itself can't be helped. There are things about the situation itself that can't be helped. Yeah, Maeda is also a human. They can't always be positive, can you? You can't always be positive, can you? Yesterday, what happened? Tori and I were in our rooms yesterday morning, so I'm not sure. But after the class trial, the fourth floor was opened. But I guess what happened was because of the investigation. Taira said that Maeda clearly noticed something, but he didn't tell, so the mood became a little harsh. But Maeda said Maeda started throwing complaints and that there was no hope. He started to say things like that. Maeda, who never showed a weak figure, seemed to have been very disappointed. Be very disappointing to Taira. That's why the situation has become like this. To be honest, it's not Maeda's fault, right? Going to the 4th floor, there aren't many open places and we don't see any clues to escape. Honestly, now I'd rather live here for the rest of my life than go out and kill each other. I feel that's our choice. That's the only choice, too. You can't. Kurokawa. If we despair, it is like being eaten. So don't say to live here forever. Do you know how scary that is? I wonder if that is what Lin Juan decided to write. It is like being eaten. I don't remember that from when I googled for Google Translate, but it kind of makes sense though. Suddenly, what now? Just let me be. No, you shouldn't give up. Even if you understand with your head, you don't want to. I'll do it somehow. I'll do something about it. Kurokawa? Are you okay? Are you not feeling well yet? You passed out so suddenly in the passageway under the secret staircase. You should probably rest a little. It is nothing. Don't worry about it. You guys, please continue investigating. Ikako Kurokawa. Kinjo and Makara were suspicious of her, the coldest and the fastest thinker of all of us. I can't tell that she's actually an ordinary girl, but she's not normal. Sometimes she says or does something that is really questionable in truth. Does Kurokawa really hold some kind of secret from us? Continue the investigation. I'm not going to continue investigating anymore. There's no way we can find anything else that neither Kinjo or Makaru can't, like anything that Kinjo and Makaru won't find. A distant despair that can't be seen even 1 inch ahead. More like not distant, a thick despair. Is there any hope at all to get out from this despair? I could say you could maybe mistranslate thickness as distance. So, even so, let's investigate. The chances are low, but we have to do it. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Are you in good health? I have prepared a premium gift for everyone who has become a little upset lately. To all students alive, please gather in front of the ballroom on the 4th floor. To the main building, because it's really a very memorable gift. Come by all means. Memorable gift. Oh. Wow. What else? Will Monokuma also decorate the walls now? Damn it. Why would he leave us alone for a while? Why could he leave us alone for a while? Because that makes the game boring. Well, hope is hard to even find a single line of despair. Once it is on fire, it spreads at a terrifying rate. It was so painful to have to follow Monokuma's orders so I'm supposed to be pathetic, not empathetic, and helpless. It looks like you've all gathered. What are you plotting this time? Plotting? There's no such thing, you guys. You always think the bear is the wicked one. There's no bad reactions around here. Do you really think no one knows your tricks by now? You're gonna try to make us despair with something weird again. Weird despair is the best despair. No, this time it's the opposite. Since the last... You always say that, though. Since the last class trial is over, you guys seem droopy. Or droppy. Apparently it's a word. So I prepared a gift to cheer you up. A gift? What kind of gift? Yes, that's right. You'll find out once you come in. Come in? The ballroom was opened. It was definitely a locked place. What do we do now? This smells 100% suspicious, but if you don't follow, you will have to anyway. He might try to kill you for disobedience. Is there anyone who wants to die by their own choice? Indeed, I don't know what's in there, but we got no choice but to follow. I don't think it will increase our desire anymore, no matter what comes out. Or increase your despair, that is. Wow, it's pretty. Were you surprised? This is our Hope's Peak Academy dance hall. How about the bathroom? So, you mean the ballroom? What? Wait, what did I just read? Just like, without thinking. This is the ballroom, the bathroom. So why is there such a place in this school? So, are you going to tell us why we are here? You are very vigilant, huh? Didn't I say it? This is really a gift for you. You guys these days, you've been really out of luck. This is why murders won't happen. That's why I was wondering if you guys could be refreshed. I've decided to hold a dance party. A dance party? What is that? It's literally a dance party. You guys should have fun dancing from now on. Why should we do that? Why? You think this is a trick? There's also a lot of delicious food, too. Delicious food. Don't go over there. There must be some kind of trick to this. Oh, but it's true. I really don't have bad intentions this time. So let's do this. I'll write a memorandum. Memorandum? Wait there. After saying that, Monokuma took out a piece of paper and started writing something down. Somehow, his hands could hold a pencil. Now, how about this? Dear, Monokuma sincerely wants the students to cheer up, and this party is part of that. I promise not to do anything until the students are satisfied. We can do anything we want? How can we trust you like this? Geez, you're so stupid. Can't you see the official stamp of the school director here? As long as this is taken, I have no choice but to follow the rules even with my pride. So you're instructed to follow the school rules written in the electronic student handbook, right? I don't know what this has to do with that, but I guess that's true. I like it. You want to dance? I'll give you a dance. Makaru, no matter what happens, he wants us to join this party. Anyway, wouldn't it be obvious that he would force us to do this? There's no way to run away, and we have no choice in the matter but to do it because I hate dragging things on. I'll even write on this memo, so just do it. Can we trust Monokuma? You even wrote on the memo, so can we trust Monokuma so easily? Makaru is right. I don't know what you are thinking, or what he is thinking, but let us follow him just this once. Without knowing the true intentions of Monokuma like this, all of us suddenly join the party. This should be enough. In the mirror, I can see myself standing awkward looking in a nice suit. Okay, I think you did good this time, Zephirum, because Google Translate said the suit was awkward. And I don't think this is more likely to be what Linju meant, was that the suit was nice and he was awkward. Monokuma told us that first everyone had to decide to change into a party outfit. At the back of the dance hall there were dozens of private changing rooms with different kinds of clothing, and we decided to go in and change our clothes. It's weird no matter how much I look at it. Is this really okay? I can believe that Monokuma wrote a memo and stamped it, but is it fine to naively just gloss over that? Even if he tells us to play along. It's not a situation to play around, and I'm not even in the mood for it. Well, I'm all dressed up, so let's join the others. Even if I worry alone, I can't do much. So it doesn't crash when you enter the ballroom. I know that. I think I was the first one to change clothes. There seems to be no one outside yet. It's getting late. Everyone? Yeah, the gloves. Tyra? Tyra is wearing a sleek dress emphasizing her adulthood. In black. Not the maid clothes she wore every day. Her hair was loosened, and she had more makeup than usual. So I could see... more of Tyra than in her original outfit, I guess. What? Don't look so drilled like that. I'm not used to clothes like this. Sorry, it fits well on you. Drilled, is that what we're gonna call? Is that what we're calling it now? Tyra didn't speak anymore. Come to think of it, I was in a Cold War with Tyra a few days ago, or this morning actually. I don't think she's, or maybe she. I think he does think she's still angry. Later on, the others who changed their clothes one after another gathered in the dance hall. Hey, Maeda and Tyra were out already. Are you both getting along well? They're looking great. Teruya, why are you so hyped? Because the clothes in the dressing room set my heart on fire. Well, I was already thrilled. To look around and try on a variety of clothes. I'm a merchant, of course, but I am interested in fashion too. Okay. And your fashion is literally like a drill poking up out of your head. You guys are here. Well, how about this outfit? I wore it because it looks awesome. Is that okay? You seem like a prince in a play. Tyra, do you like this outfit? Not really. It's too shiny. Seems cheap. Are you ignoring his feelings? Why are you ignoring his feelings? Because it looks shiny. It's shiny and looks cheap. Oh, Kinjo. Although Kinjo's style was cool, he still looked like a fierce animal. Without a word, he passed by us and went to the corner alone. None of us could ever get a hold of Kinjo. Mekaru? Why? Don't speak to me. The appearance of Mekaru in a bright scarlet dress was so much that my mouth was left open. The usual long sleeves had a high defensive look, and the dress, which exposes the shoulders and emphasizes the breasts, looked stunning. I think the word, maybe we should say chest. What the, Mekaru? What is it? Enough with your stupid expressions. If you're having a party, you have to do it properly, right? Mekaru passed us by saying those words. In contrast to Kinjo, she seemed to have some excitement toward this. Kurokawa, does it suit you well? Maeda, yes? Kurokawa approached me and whispered in small words. It could only be heard by me. I don't know if Monokuma is planning a scheme, but we should use this crisis in reverse. Got it? What, reverse? Okay. Kurokawa said that, stood still and shut her lips. I don't know anything, however. What do we do? First time I noticed a cross on her necklace. She still has a cross. So then, are we all together? Are we all gathered now? Wait, I don't see Iranami. What is she doing, being so late? Satsuki-chan. No way, what happened? At that moment, we were all tense. Yes, no matter what party or whatever, we're still in a dangerous situation. where you could end up killing each other. What's more, the situation where Monokuma is doing this suspicious event. It was strange that nothing had happened. Tyra, let's find her. Yeah. Will they be okay? I wouldn't worry too much. Don't mind it. That girl is late. But it's not like it's been a day or two, right? Somewhere in me, I couldn't get rid of my anxiety. I had no choice but to wait for Kuwakawa and Tyra to find her. And a few minutes later... Kuwakawa, Tyra, how did it go? What about Iranami? Suddenly, both of them seemed surprised for something that were breathing heavily. The anxiety in my heart started to grow even more. Why are you guys tired? Come on, there's no way. You guys better see it for yourselves. Look what? Yes, it's I, Satsuki. I've changed my clothes. That moment, everyone was silent. Until the girl in front of our eyes opened her mouth. I was seriously thinking who this girl was. Iranami, is it? What is it, Maeda? If Satsuki isn't Satsuki, then who is it? Her usual clown costume and red nose were nowhere to be found. And Iranami's appearance was changed with her hair neatly tied to one side. She looked more beautiful than before. This is not real. Not real, not real, not real, not real. Real? Kopasing? Why did you suddenly start to roll? Well, this striking transformation is amazing, but, why the heck were you so late? We were worried something happened to you. Satsuki-chan, she didn't know how to dress at all. She didn't know what to wear or what kind of clothes to use, so we helped. Because she was moving so much, it was hard. But these clothes are very uncomfortable. Can I just not wear them? Denied. You must wear it. If you're having a party, you have to wear the right clothes for it. Ew. I really hate this outfit. You've only appeared now. We changed as you said. Can we move on with this now? Can we move on? Why are you so nervous? Just have fun and play. I won't do anything. Even if you suddenly say that, it's a dance party. Dancing is the basis of a party. Why don't you try to move your body first without being still like a statue? Then you guys, because we have perfect match of men and women. Please make a pair between a male and a female and begin dancing. Pair up with someone. We do pairs. Make sure you pair up with the person you want. FYI, this is also a kind of recreation, so there's no way out. If you don't follow it, I'll only punish you. The audience wants to see this, basically. You have even written a memorandum that you won't behave strangely, and you are doing it. Now? No way! Playing as much as you can is part of your studies. It's a natural thing of a teacher to punish you for saying you don't like it. Who's the teacher? You're just a thing. Enough, I'll give you 1 minute of time. Come on, pair up already. The teacher hates dragging the most. I don't know why Monokuma has this sudden reaction over recreational activity like this. But if I don't follow, I'll have no choice but to face a punishment. Unlike me, who thought that everyone would stay still in embarrassment as I was, the situation went faster than I thought. Maeda? Let's dance. With me. Tyra? It's fine. You need a pair right now anyway, right? Because we can't go against Monokuma. That's right, but okay. I mean, it wouldn't be me, it could be Mikaru. I want to dance with Kobazing. Hey, who else wants to? I think it's going to be even more fun to be with Kobazing. That's so, well, if you're sure. How are you, Mr. Psycho? I shall ask, must we make a pair? What to do now? Don't leave for no reason and dance with me, alright? Wouldn't it be good for both sides? In the current situation, that is. Fine, do as you like. What? I haven't decided yet, but everyone is paired up already. Kurokawa, except for us, everyone is determined to be a pair. What should we do? Dance with me. Do you want to? Yes. I did. Father, I have finally seduced the girl. That was a joke. Was it? It wasn't funny. Yahoo! Good. Everyone is paired up very nicely. Then, shall we dance right now? Let the music start. And this is where I have to, like, motor mouth talk all over this to try to avoid being copyright claimed. We gotta go. Classical music resonates, and we dance helplessly with the ruthless Monokuma. I don't know if we're just going to be the only one who's going to be able to dance, because I've never learned anything like this. I don't know if I'm going to be the only one who doesn't know how to dance, because I never learned anything like this. But at this moment, I forgot that I was at Hopesuki Academy, and that I was in a crisis, and my heart was swollen with the joy of dancing, in sync with my partner. Tyra, who was dancing with me, was pretty when I met her, but she looked even more beautiful now that she was wearing that party dress. I couldn't take my eyes off of her. Come on. Maeda-kun, were you good at dancing? Really? I'm just dancing as far as I can, as much as I can. You're doing really good at dancing. You're actually really good at dancing, Tyra. Well, it's me, because I'm a maid who has been hired by many bachelors. I know the culture of the rich because I see it from afar. Listen, Tyra, why did you ask me to dance? No, I just said something severe to everyone. I'm sorry, Maeda-kun. I was too mad at you. It's what was I going to do, too? Why is Tyra apologizing? I was wrong. I was the one who did the wrong thing. No, I saw it. I know, the most painful thing to say was that to Maeda-kun. That I don't want to hear that kind of thing from Maeda-kun. Maeda-kun is also a person too. There are times when you feel discouraged, desperate, and with lack of strength. I was just a fool myself who blindly trusted Maeda-kun by looking at one side of him. I don't even think about Maeda-kun's feelings. That you were really suffering. Tyra? Actually, I wanted to apologize sooner. I'm sorry. I wanted you to dance with me, because I thought we could talk like this. I'm really sorry. Tyra, rather than angry, it was the reverse. She was apologizing to me. Then I should be the one to apologize. No, Tyra, there's no need to apologize, because it's my fault. Yuhara died and I lost my motivation. There was no hope and I wanted to give up on everything. But if we give up here, the others who have died so far would have died in vain. Maki, Higa, Tomori, Hatano, except Tomori and Higa, do we care? Inori, Yamaguchi, Yuhara. There's no point for being in despair. I have to muster and keep on holding hope. Even if it's hard, so I can't give up here. I have been trying to cut my ties with you all for a few days, and I've realized how desperate I was. In that way, maybe I should be thankful to Monokuma for giving this chance to switch my way of thinking. Maeda-kun, thank God. You're finally back to the way of the Maeda-kun I've known. Let's celebrate here. Doesn't matter whether or not Monokuma planned this, but right now, we have to reverse this crisis and regain our trust in each other. After saying that, only when I was able to understand Kurokawa's meaning when she said that, we have to use this crisis in reverse. This must be what Kurokawa wanted to say. Okay, Maeda-kun, so can I raise up the pace a little? Pick up the pace. Oh wait, I'm still getting used to. Whoa, the tempo of the music is the tempo. I mean, how do you change the pace? You can double time it. Okay. When the song was over, it was naturally. Oh, it's natural just keep dancing? Oh. Though it was hard being dragged by Tyra's pace, but the conflict had been resolved. My body moved excitedly, so I felt strangely refreshed. And I wasn't the only one. Uranami, didn't I dance pretty well? Or maybe they just naturally stop dancing when the song stopped. I don't know, Zephirum. They start or stop. Besides the dance, why did you keep touching in strange places, you pervert? I said it wasn't intentional, and I had to dance using my hands. I couldn't help it, okay? Phew, is it over? Did you get tired? No, it was just that Kurokawa and me, you were tall and I was small. I thought I was going to die from being dragged around. That's a bit complicated. When, okay, so like, when I tried to Google Translate that part, it seemed like Google Translate, like it was trying to translate Teruya saying that Kurokawa was kind of dancing like those tubes that you blow air through in front of like an oil change place or something. Or like the tube men, I don't know how to describe them besides just like a stick man that, you know, flaps around because you're blowing air up through it, right? And it's like you were like a pole swinging around, right? And then Google Translate had to try to euphemize a pole swinging around, and it was throwing the D word. And Zephirum decided, I'm going to translate that to, you are tall and I was short. Which maybe what was actually supposed to mean, I don't know. What? Can you dance properly? I'm intrigued. Who did you learn from? Why should I tell you that? I thought I made perfectly clear that I would not be involved with you guys. I admire your stubbornness, but it's unacceptable to take me like the rest of these people and treat me the same way. And the main character is in the middle. Although it seems that the only one place has a different atmosphere. The atmosphere has changed a lot from before entering the ballroom. As the guys and girls dance together, it should be... It seemed as if a noose was released. The mood was softened quite a lot. Could it be that Monokuma really did this kind of event hoping that we would be refreshed? Wow, everyone is doing very good. It's great to see women and men dancing. And I should end it here. Oh, but I can't save here. Oh, goodness. No. Okay. Is everyone with more energy now? It seems your faces have more color now, so the teacher is satisfied. Well, it's definitely a good thing that we're noisy, as usual, again. I still don't know what you're hiding, though. What's the purpose of doing this? I don't think you've come to your senses in doing this out of goodwill. Seriously, how much can you be suspicious of me still? I said it over and over. The purpose of this is you guys to liven up. No more, nothing else. I mean it. If you don't want to be suspicious, you should have been at your usual behavior. Well, he really hasn't done anything. It's true that I feel better while dancing. So why don't we decide to watch the situation for now? So can I leave now that I'm done dancing? And it's okay, it's okay. You probably didn't think this was the end, right? What now? There was something here too. What else are you trying to do this time? Ah, you fools. There's no end to this. Or this is not the end of this yet. Trying to end the party without even having a party dinner? You don't even know the trick for having a party? Stay flexible. What? A party dinner? Come over here. The dining room is this way. I thought Monokuma was planning something big, but it turns out that he was going to serve us dinner. We helplessly followed Monokuma. This is a dinner party at Hope Street Academy. Is something to be proud of. After spending time dancing and sweating, it's perfect for a meal, right? I'm actually hungry, but you didn't put poison in or something, did you? I'm actually nervous because you didn't do much. Itadakimasu! Except he says itadakimatsu, which is something you say in Japanese before you start eating a meal. There is a bar. This is a flat soup. Is that supposed to be miso soup? Why is Satsuki-chan? Are you okay? This is so delicious that my tongue is about to melt. It's different from the food in the dormitory. You see now? Is it really okay? Makaru, you're gonna eat? I can't guess what Monokuma is thinking either, but didn't I say it before? There's nothing we can do if we disobey. Don't whine like a flake, and instead act confidently. Either way, it seems that Monokuma still wants to continue the party, and I'm hungry. Ha. I don't care whether you eat or not, but don't sit next to me. Don't even talk. You'll make this taste sour. Two start eating without a care. I mean, of course, I'm hungry too. I don't know anymore. I'm hungry too. I don't even know why Monokuma is doing this. This is something delicious in front of... There's something delicious in front of you. Are you not supposed to touch it? I'm Haruhiko Kawashikawa. I'm not a man who can't eat. Starting with Haru's movement. We, who had lost to hunger, went to the tables as if we were being led by something. Oh my, this is really... It's the greatest taste I've tried in years. You're not supposed to eat with your gloves on, though. I can't stop eating because it's so delicious. Dormitory dining food was delicious, but this is beyond imagination. Also, the men should also be wearing gloves. Anyway, I'm happy to be alive. Delicious. After sitting at the table and putting food in our mouths, we couldn't control ourselves. In addition to the physical hunger caused by our dance, the tension was relieved in the air, which had been heavier recently, and was finally released. Monokuma was clearly plotting something, but we didn't pay much mind to it. I was fascinated with the idea of having a good time with my friends. Only Kinjo looked at Monokuma and stopped his hand. Everyone seems to be having a little bit more of energy, so Monokuma is happy. Now then, everyone, while you're enjoying the dinner happily, excuse me for a second. When you finish the meal, you'll have a little free time. Free time? Yeah, the party is still far away from over. I still have a lot of things to prepare. Take your free time for a while. If I instruct you for something, please gather in the dance hall, where you danced before. What is being prepared? That is a secret. It's a super surprise. I look forward to it. Oh, and the food here doesn't have unlimited refills like the dorm, but it's fine, so you can eat whatever you want. Lots of noms. Hey, swallow something at least. You're shedding all of it on that pretty dress. Did they say free time? Can I go to my dormitory for a minute? I want to save these packs of food. Oh, and I'll change my clothes in the dressing room too since I'm done dancing. Can I change to my usual outfit now? Denied. Huh? What? Denied. Is there a worse word than that? To go to the dormitories or to change your clothes. It's denied no matter what you think. Go ahead and change them, if you can. Suddenly the mood surrounding Monokuma changed. We couldn't keep up with the sudden change, and we were staring at Monokuma with no idea, except for a few. This thing, surely you didn't. Kinjo, what's wrong? No, maybe it's possible. Kinjo-kun? Mekaru? I love this sound, this like, particular element of the soundtrack. What are you guys doing all of a sudden? I can't save through any of this and the night is going... my sleep is diminishing. Well, why would you? I'll definitely show you. Spend your time freely, and if I call you, make sure to gather in the dance hall. See you later. Did only Kinjo and Makaru notice something? It wasn't clear to us, but they felt horribly anxious. What should we do now? Should we go after them? I don't think so. Everyone, you said it was a free time anyway, so I'll eat more here. Yeah, I'll eat some more here, more too. If you don't eat this delicious food now, you're a loser. Is there going to be a second serving? Something feels awfully wrong here. Well, as Iranami said, it's a free time for us, so let's follow Kinjo and Makaru, and for the rest of you, just so you can continue eating more. We barely returned to our previous relationship. I should have known, but we had already fallen into Monokuma's trap. Yes, I can save. I'll save in 2. Done. Then I'll pick this up. Hasn't crashed yet.